It's so crazy that I had these.
You had them? You got rid of them?
Where he split with Nike, and I felt like, as a friend, I shouldn't have them joints no more.
And you know the line. Made $6 million in 1 year off of those hats.
Probably ridiculous amounts of money. That's really thanks to the ability to do wholesale.
You were quoted as saying he's the greatest artist of all time. Do you still, yeah, he's still the greatest?
I don't know. He's probably my biggest influence in music, for sure. I remember when he did the Jordan 1s, he was making custom pairs. I didn't understand how important they were going to be, so they were like my kick-around shoes. Now I got a stylist, but
we've been waiting for an album. Tell us about Starline.
There's a song on there, regardless of who the person is, that I think will bring people to tears.
According to Forbes, your net worth $33 million. You got the 3 hat there. You sold a lot of 3 hats. Is that accurate? 33 million?
Hell no. I'm walking around Chicago every day. Don't tell people what you think my net worth is.
Chance the Rapper here at Got Soul. We just walked in. I got to do a quick little intro before we get into it because we got the legend. Joey and I, we are huge Chance the Rapper fans, and we'll get into that. We'll talk about that a little bit, but first, I got to give you a formal intro, my friend, okay?
For sure.
Today, we have the 3-time Grammy Award-winning artist without a label, one of Chicago's most influential artists of all time, the first independent artist to go diamond, a past intern of Barack Obama, and the man who was the unofficial soundtrack of Got Soul, Chance the Rapper. Welcome to the Got Soul podcast. Thank you so much for being here.
That was a beautiful intro. I appreciate it.
Of course. Chance, I told you a little bit about this story off camera, but Got Soul, the podcast, what we've done here is really to tell people the behind the scenes. They see all this celebrity stuff. They see Got Soul growing the way it is, but they don't know how it got here. And Got Soul started in 2013. We started as kids, 14 and 16-year-old kids living in a trailer. And you dropped Acid Rap in the beginning of 2013?
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah.
I was a fan of Chance. 10 Day, Family is my favorite on 10 Day.
Yeah,
thank
you.
Either way, that album, Acid Rap, we loved so much. Every time we announce an event, so for you guys at home, this is some BTS info for you. We got to post all the stuff. We got to post the tickets. We got to post Instagram. We got to change the bio. 100 different things on social media got to get adjusted, right? But before that happens, let's say if we're going to announce an event for a new city at 7 p.m., it's 6:58, 6:59. I do a quick little prayer. I take a few deep breaths. And the second that clock hits 7 o'clock, before I hit publish the tickets or before I hit post on Instagram, we hit play on Acid Rap. And we start with good intro, and it goes all the way through.
Dude.
We would even, before you added the 10-year anniversary, we would even go to YouTube to listen to Juice after hearing the Social Works plug, and then go back to Push a Man after that. So that's how
hard.
deep it really
And he's
goes.
not even kidding. Like, he would actually pause everything right after the Social Works, go to YouTube, run it all the way through, then start where we
And we've never missed an event to this day. And one kind of inkling of how we are always excited. We love what we do. This is Joey and I and the whole Got Soul family's life. It really is. But one inkling when I know how excited we really are about an event is when that, even better than I was the last time, comes on, how that feels in my chest right there. Do I have the butterflies? I must be really excited about that event. So we have been fans of you, and welcome to the show, my friend. We are so grateful to have you here.
No, I'm honored to be here. This is an incredible event, dude, and y'all should be super proud of what y'all built, and just hearing your story and how y'all built it yourselves independently is like, it's inspiring.
Thank you, man.
For real.
Yeah, we are so inspired by you. We got to start. We start every podcast. What's on the feet today? Tell us. What do we got?
I got some Montclairs. These are low-key like kind of my kick-around shoes. Like, I just flew in from L.A. and like I almost wore an airplane fit to here. I almost wore like sweatpants.
Oh, come on.
And like t-shirt. But I was like, let me put on my, my coldest t-shirt I got. Let me put on, some nice pants. And then I kept my airport shoes on. But I got, like I feel like everybody has shoes that they wear that make them feel good. And then you have like kind of just how you step in.
Right. Okay. So you were thinking about going bummy on us for a second there.
It wasn't that I was going bum it. Literally, I was just like, I was exhausted, and I was like, man, sweats is going to do it. Tank top is going to do it because it's going to be hot there. And then I was like, that's cap. I'm finna be on camera. So I was like, let me just, throw on some nice pants.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about what's on feet.
Yeah.
I was expecting, and I was really hoping, I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I thought you were going to pull those out again.
The Red Octobers?
Yeah.
Man, it's so crazy that I had these. Like, and the...
You had them? You got rid of them?
Man, I just don't. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like I love them, but also like there was a point. You know what I'm saying, where he split with Nike, and I felt like, you know, as a person, like as a friend, I shouldn't have them joints no more.
That's so
I
interesting,
told him,
yeah.
But
you-
like, you know what I'm saying? Like I loved everything that he did with Adidas. But yeah, when I was a kid, like I honestly was not a sneakerhead, or didn't really care or understand, you know what I'm saying, sneaker culture, really until the first Yeezys dropped.
Right.
And saw like, you know, one of my best friends, Justin, he literally camped outside of Leaders 1354 out here, which was like the first and like the biggest like streetwear brand store. And they had an exclusive license for all the Yeezys when they would come out. And so he slept outside the store. We were like, I don't know, like sophomores in high school, like 14 and 15. So it was a big deal that his mom let him sleep on the street like, at this random store. And I was just like, and I started just learning more. But yeah, I remember when the Red Octobers came out later. I think Ye gifted them to me. No,
did.
that doesn't even sound right because I don't think he wanted them to come out by the time I got them. So I think somebody.
No,
No,
you had a post.
Yeah, we've just posted. I was deep in my bag. I found a random Facebook old reel
Yeah.
of you, and then I actually linked it back to your Instagram post, and
Yeah.
I forget the caption. We'll pop it up on the screen for everyone to see.
Yeah.
But it's literally a video
Of me
you
dancing.
of you pulling them out of your trunk of your car,
Uh-huh.
saying thank you Nike and Kanye, and then you just hitting it in a video, dancing.
Man, I don't know what it was. I don't remember the exact timeline. I know that I got them. If I said I got them from Nike and Kanye,
No, you
then
did it, 'cause I remember
You probably
seeing
weren't capping.
Yeah. But I remember the whole like, and I'm gonna stop holding these bitches. But like, I remember like being a whole thing. Like he was trying to figure out the release
Right.
date for the
They
shoes.
wouldn't let him release it.
and they wouldn't tell him when they were gonna release.
Because he
and
called
was
it the Red October, and they came
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
out February 9th, 2014. So obviously not October.
Right.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You got to tell us the story behind this. I mean,
Yeah.
Off-White
Yeah.
Chicago Jordan 1, you had your own pair with
Yeah.
Lil Air Chano on it. Like,
Yeah.
tell us about
Signed by Virgil
By Virgil,
himself.
yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. That was Virgil was just like incredibly special dude. Like everybody will tell you that, so I don't have to spend too much time on it. But just like from obviously a design standpoint and just like a creative and an artist, like I believe he's unparalleled. He had his own, you know, just ideas on how things should work and how in design. But also as a person, like he was just somebody that every time I saw him from a young age, like when I first started, because he was always in Chicago, he was just always like showing love and like, you know, asking me how things was going. And I'm talking about like really early on. And so, yeah, I remember when he did the Jordan 1s, he was making custom pairs for different people in his life. And when I got them, I didn't understand how important they were gonna be. So they were like my kick around shoes. Like I would walk around, like a lot of the
crazy.
markers faded off on mine. Like
Yeah, you can even see that like on like there's a professional photo of you on the Late Show wearing them.
yeah.
And like you can see like half of like the signatures written off, and it's like.
It's
damn.
like I mean like
Do you know how much that would go? You know how much a signed pair of Virgil?
Oh yeah, I would never sell those though. But like the thing is like there's still I know the story behind them. I know that he gifted them to me because partially because he had love for me and partially because he believed that me wearing them would be important. And so I like back in the day, now I got a stylist, but for a long time when I would go on late night shows, I was not getting styled. I wasn't getting clothes from people. So I would wear like the fleet I had, like the best stuff that I had. And so, yeah, it's so crazy, man. I remember getting these shoes, and like that was way before like you were seeing Virgil stuff in stores. And I think literally the day before he passed, I was just in Saks on some random with basically I just remember seeing his sneaker in the stores. He had just did I can't remember who he did his. Oh no, they were just off-whites. They were just off-white shoes. It was his own silhouette and everything. And they were in the stores at Saks. And the next day I found out that he passed because a lot of people didn't know he was sick. Obviously I didn't know he was sick. And so it's just a blessed thing to I'm just like, it's all coming back to me just thinking about the fact that he gifted me the shoes and how like, you know, just raw he was.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, you've gotten a lot of great gifts. We mentioned two of them. We saw you had the Air Max 97 Off-Whites, and I could imagine those probably might have been a gift from Virgil or whatever it might have been, too.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite gift that you ever got in the sneaker or streetwear world?
Favorite sneakers I was gifted? Let me think about that. It was probably the Virgils. It was probably those joints. Yeah, like
With the signature.
yeah, and they're Jordan 1s, and it was like the
Such a good
laces,
one.
like my laces was like double laced, and like he just like I don't know. It's from the creative himself.
It's incredible, man. Chance, we got 3 fan questions we're going to share with you. Okay, so I'll give you a fan question. We asked the fans, give us a question. These are the 3 we liked. First one, according to Forbes, your net worth's $33 million. You got the
Jesus
3 hat there.
Christ.
You sold a lot of 3 hats, but is that accurate? $33 million?
Hell no. I'm walking around Chicago every day. Don't tell people what you think my net worth is.
Okay, next question. If you had to say, how many 3 hats do you own?
Oh man,
Yeah, this joint right here. This is
a
the
ton.
one.
Okay, my personal collection.
Yeah.
Like 25.
25?
30. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
And I was doing a bunch of research too. One of the most viewed clips of just you in general is you on Joe Budden.
Yeah.
And you know the line.
Yeah.
It made $6 million in 1 year off of those hats.
Yeah. That's like really thanks to the ability to do wholesale, and I feel like anybody that like works with like that's a person that's not a person. I'm sorry, like a personality or celebrity doing likeness deals or IP deals is like your main way that they offer you to get into these worlds. Like you're not usually manufacturing or getting wholesale items to then sell to your fans. You're getting a percentage off of what people sell. So this was like the first time I'm pretty sure that somebody did a non-royalty deal on the hat. So
Interesting.
that's why when you asked me how many I own, I thought you meant like how many do I have in my warehouse. You're saying how many do I have in my
In the
closet.
warehouse.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
real. Okay, love it.
2 unbelievable gifts between the Red Octobers and the signed off white shies. But I gotta ask you, those are $3.99. What's the most you've spent on a particular sneaker or clothing item?
On any clothing item, probably ridiculous amounts of money. Like I buy more like I spend more money on like layering stuff. So like I like jackets a lot, I like I think the most I spent that's coming to my mind, I can't remember what they were called, but it was like the gray and like pink colorway of the original Nike Yeezys. Man, I wish I could remember what
He's
they were
thinking
called.
about, are they tan and pink? Or are they gray and like orangey yellow-ish? I think he's thinking about the
Zen
Zens.
Greys, I think he's talking about.
Sounds about right. What was the pink one?
The other one's net tan, and then the other one is the one that I think you're talking about is the Zen Gray. It's gray and then a little bit of like pink/orange.
Not these ones, right? These are the tans. So it wasn't this color, or was it this color?
Damn, I can't tell. Show me the other ones, the ones that are the gray ones. It's all blurring.
And so you bought those.
These
I
are
bought
the
them
Zen
from my
Greys.
friend Justin. It was those ones.
Zen
Good
Greys.
shoe.
How much did you spend?
I don't know, an exorbitant amount of money to be in high school. You know what I mean? Like it was probably like $200 or something crazy.
Hey, if you got the easy ones for $200, I'm very jealous because I did not pay. Well,
This
Joey
was
gifted
later
me
in the
mine,
game.
but
It
he
wasn't
didn't
like when
pay $200.
it wasn't like a direct resale. This was like
Right.
later in time. They were too small for my feet. Like,
Wow.
but
Yeah. Obviously, like you said, you got gifted the Red Octobers and you were buying the Yeezy ones, the most you ever spent on a shoe. But like you said, as a friend of Kanye and someone who you were working closely with at that time, when he went to Adidas, it's like, okay, I'm probably not going to wear that Nike stuff. Like, he's not with that brand anymore. The Adidas Yeezys, like that Wave Runner, we have photos of you wearing those. Like, you were wearing a lot of the Adidas Yeezy stuff. Like, would you go with the Adidas Yeezy stuff or the Nike Yeezys?
that's a really good question. I feel like there's just so much more to work with on the Adidas side. Like I feel like he revolutionized footwear in a lot of ways with all of the silhouettes that he did at Adidas. Because I mean, even just the sandals, the flip-flop joints, like the design of them joints, how they stay on your feet, how they're so comfortable, like all of the, and then I just feel like this style, this like retro futurist vibe, like came back around these sneakers. This was like this stuff and the stuff that he was doing with the original Nike Yeezys, I felt like was really like futuristic, but it wasn't as much about function as it was about like the shape and like being different. So I love those from an artistic standpoint, but then there's just like there's way more stuff that he did with Adidas that I can what's the word? that I admire. I don't know.
Okay, in that time when he's coming out with that shoe and a lot of the shoes that we're talking about now, this is closely when you guys are doing a lot of work together. You know, ultralight beam era.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any influence on any of the Yeezy designs, or?
Nah, no. I just I feel like my affinity for clothes, which like is still not at a super high level, mainly came from like his designs and clothes. You know what I
Really?
mean? Like I feel like he did a lot of stuff that made me go like, oh, this is artistic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe it's just his passion around it. Like,
Well, so I was gonna ask you that. Any like behind the scenes, like Kanye, the passionate, clothing designer. Any behind the scenes Kanye stories of just like, wow, he had this thing with the Yeezys or this fashion thing and I couldn't believe it, or he showed me this and I was wowed. Any behind the scenes Kanye stories in that realm?
Not really. I mean, I remember one time he was talking about jeans, like he had like not wearing denim. I don't remember what year this was, but he made like a really good point about like denim being restricting and that's what I'm talking about. Is like fashion is form and function, right? So it's like the form, the shapes, the artistic standpoint of it, what it looks like, and then the function of like how it's used and how it creates comfort or can be used as utility. And I feel like he was talking about from a function standpoint, like the denim was just too restricting, and we was just having a long conversation about it that made a lot of sense. And I agree. Like I don't really be trying to wear denim unless it's like very loose, you know what I mean? But like when it's too
No skinny jeans.
But it's funny because that's what made everybody want to wear skinny jeans. And Wayne, you know what I mean? So it was like, but it's like, the point was made. I felt him when he said that.
Wow, that's so interesting. Wow, okay. So personally, I think it's so interesting with Kanye specifically. He's obviously the music, we all know. That's why people fell in love with him. But then the fashion, the sneakers, like, and these two things both were massive. He had that, multi-hyphenate kind of artistic side to him. You were quoted as saying he's the greatest artist of all time. Do you still, yeah, he's still the greatest?
It's not that my opinion changed over time, but when I said that, I might have just been ecstatic. Like,
right.
He's probably my biggest influence in music for sure.
Your Mount Rushmore. Your rapper hip hop Mount Rushmore. Who's on it?
My rap Mount Rushmore? I don't know. I don't like doing Mount Rushmores because
who are a few just people, you don't have to say four, then just like who are a few people that come to your mind and like, oh, these are my favorites?
Who I want to shine light on just for a second is Stevie Wonder. I know he's not a rapper, but I just want to say he is like our greatest living artist.
Right.
And he's still alive, and he's I would just say shout out to Stevie Wonder. Like he's also my biggest influence, and he's still creating and still performing, and his catalog is just unmatched. And so I always just think about Stevie and the fact that I'm alive at the same time as him, We
need to know about Starline, right?
Yeah.
What was so crazy to us is like the day that we announced that you were going to be at the show, it's either the day or the day before, like you announced that the album was coming.
Yeah.
And like as a Chance the Rapper fan myself, it's like, we've been waiting for this. Like big day, of course, loved it. And great, Do You Remember is my favorite off that one, by the way.
Thank you, man.
Either way, it's like we've been waiting for an album. Tell us about Starline. I'll let you just give you the mic on that.
Yeah. Starline is like, I was just talking to my dad about it. Like, I feel like it's my most intentional and well-written project. And I feel like there's a lot of, like, across all the songs, I think there's a song on there, regardless of who the person is, that I think will bring people to tears. And not, like, in a way that is so, like, heart-wrenching or anything, but, like, that weight that you were talking about, like, there is a familiarity and a newness to all of the music. It's got a lot of like inspiration from a lot of different sounds that were in my past projects. One of my favorite things about it is the sampling on the album. I think like when I made Acid Rap, I was moving freely still, and I was a little bit more conscious of what I wanted from the production side. And so I was really going to producers and being like, this is what I want, this is what I want. And I didn't have to clear stuff because it was early in the streaming game. Yeah. And when I made Coloring Book and The Big Day, like I was getting taxed for everything I wanted to use. And so I was way less eager to use samples, especially popular samples.
Right.
And so with this one, it's really going back to some hip hop stuff where it's like that is a big part of hip hop since the beginning. It started with record scratching and like, you know, taking from other songs and flipping them. So I think that's going to be one of the things that people talk about the most in the project. And then, yeah, just it's about that time. Like I feel like it's a good time. It's probably the perfect time for this exact kind of music to come out.
Tell us about Tree as well. We need to know about Tree.
Yeah, because you just dropped that, and obviously you and Wayne, obviously Shmino on it too, but you and Wayne, you know, like peanut butter and jelly. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Wayne is one of my biggest influences. Like, yeah, no, Wayne is the playing a supporting role in a lot of like my biggest moments in my music career.
It's amazing.
The first time I won a Grammy was on a song with Lil Wayne. The first time that I had a #1 record was on a song with Lil Wayne. The first time I got a diamond record was on a song with Lil Wayne. He's been there for a lot of things in life, just like in my musical career. And sometimes maybe I don't talk about it enough, but like I just respect him as a person and his legacy so much. It was one day he was in town on tour, and he said he wanted to stop by the studio. He came through, we smoked, listened to some music, and he heard Tree, which had been around for about a year by then. This is like 2 years ago now. And he jumped on the record, killed it, and just put me in a position of confidence going into the album because I always feel good when I'm working with him.
I love that.
Yeah, and I was, obviously we were doing our research, but obviously we know, and you were referring to it, I'm the One.
Yeah.
That song, will go down in history, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me, or give me a guess on how many plays do you think that song has on YouTube alone?
I don't know, millions for sure.
8? No, actually, I'm gonna tell you, if every single person in the United States, 340 million people, played that song 23 times straight, that's how many plays it has. 8.1 billion on YouTube
Was there a
alone.
billion? I did not know that. Or you said 8 billion?
8.1 billion.
That's more than the amount of people in the world.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's like the population of the earth.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's insane.
Shout
out to them.
Did you know that song was going to be like the one when it dropped? Literally?
I don't know. I think I trusted the process. Shout out to Justin Bieber also. You feel me? Shout out to DJ Khaled. Shout out to everybody at Quavo, Colin Tilley, the director. Like, I feel like it was an all-star team of people that came together to make that record what it was. And I think it happened at a perfect time for everybody. And so I didn't know that it was going to be a diamond record. I didn't know it was going to be like a song that gets requested so much in my shows, and like
1,000%.
It's a very like a lot of people like it in other countries. That's the other thing
That
about
makes
it. It's
sense.
like it translates well, I think. And so I'll still be performing that song.
I love it. Okay, well, we got to know about one thing. We're talking about Starline. We're talking about the music. We're talking about what you're up to now. We can't wait to hear it. You've been doing these listening sessions with fans. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So like I've been really getting into the arts, the visual arts, working with painters, working with sculptors, all different types of like artists in making Starline to like kind of bring a visual representation to each song. And as I got better with those visual arts, I started moving into the audio visual arts. So like, like projection and lighting mixed with audio, mixed with music.
Right.
And so I started building these experiences to test it out with my fans, where I would, create a show based around the music where you experience the album in real time, but you have an enhanced listening experience. So we have like a sound system that we designed that works with subs and like silent disco headphones. It's something that you really got to be there to experience and understand what it is. But like, it's been super like, I've just been grateful for it because I got to see the real people. Like, like you, just like you guys have these, like there's people that have probably been to like 10 of your events, of gospel events. So those people that love you like that, like they don't always get an experience to like sit with you and understand like the ethos of why you do what you do, or like, like really look at the the mechanics behind a given project. And so when they get to do that, it's me and, it's like 30 people. It's not like
That's
1,000
insane.
fans. It's me and 30 people, sometimes up to 50 people, but like small rooms, enhanced experience, literally like an acid trip. And it's like you go through the songs, you feel you literally feel it, you understand the lyrics, and you get like a video exposition of what's going on.
That's insane. Wow. That's a once in a lifetime experience, to say the least. Wow.
No, I'm close to those fans forever now too. You know what I mean? Like, it's like those are people that like, I got to hear questions directly from. I've seen some people out in public since then because they've been in like cities like New Orleans, LA, DC, Miami, like places that I frequent, that I go to a lot. So I just ran into somebody in LA that was like, remember me? I was at the listening party and I did recognize him. He was a super tall dude. Shout out to folks. He was at like that. I ran into dude. He was like, "Where Reese at?" No, shout out to bro though. But yeah, it's been cool.
Incredible. Okay, wow. Okay, so we've talked Starline, we've talked everything you got going on. I can't wait to hear it. My birth month is July, so I'm hoping that we're coming close on it.
Oh yeah, we only got it's very
click. Who knows? Who knows? We're gonna show you a couple of shoes. We just want you to rank it. Like if it was a draft, let's pretend it's the NBA draft. You just pick with the number 1 pick, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got some classics. We got the Bapestas. We got the Reebok Kanye's. We got the Nike ones, the Adidas. We have all sorts of stuff. The Yeezy slides that you mentioned. If you had to pick the top 5 of these, just based off what your taste is, what would you pick?
I have a prescription for glasses, but I don't wear them.
Okay. Let's see, Mike, can you bring the thing a little bit closer to him?
Thank you. Now I can tell their shoes. Let's see.
With laces. Actually, not all of them have laces.
You know what's funny? I didn't know Kanye did Bapestas.
Yes.
I knew he did those, he did like some Louis Vuitton shoes at some point.
Right, yes, that Louis right here.
Yeah, I used to love those.
Okay.
My top picks, I love those.
Wait. The number 1 pick in the sneaker draft is?
Oh, the number 1?
Of what you see here.
Number 1? I'll probably go with the Wave Runners.
Wave Runners? Oh, okay, the 700 V3s.
Jonathan loves those.
I love that shoe.
Yeah.
Number 1. This one. Good shoe. That's a slept on.
I have them joints.
Okay, that's number 1. What's number 2?
Just based off of design, give me the slides at 2.
Yeezy slides. Okay, let's just do 3. Give us the 3rd pick. We're going to make it hard.
The 350s.
350s. Okay, zebras right there. Okay, good. That's a good 1, 2, 3. I mean, I would say maybe some of the Louis Vuitton stuff, but I think it's a good pick.
The Louis Vuitton shit was the first time that I was like, oh, I get it. Fashion is a thing. But like, I feel like I didn't have like the expertise or money when I was in 8th grade to like go support him how I wanted to.
Chance,
thanks, man.
We are so grateful, like I said, to have you at the show. Like I said, I think a beautiful thing, Got Soul is an independent business, right? We started it without any investors, any backers, and we grew it that way. You grew your career and business independently as well, and you stayed strong to your values. You did it as a family man. You did it as just an overall positive person. I was saying this the other day. There's not, as a stereotype, an artist from Chicago that isn't rapping about the things that a lot of artists from Chicago are known about rapping about, to have gotten as famous as you have and to have been as successful as you have while keeping the values you have, I think is an admirable thing.
No, thank you, man.
We're proud to have you as a part of our brand and our event, and we just want to say thank you. But we only speak for us too. The last question we have for you to end the show is, you have literally millions of fans. One message for the fans at home to end out the show.
Oh man, keep going. And there's always tomorrow. Health is wealth. Pray. Get your sleep. Get your rest. And go stream Tree.
Go stream Tree. Starline, the album coming out. Chance, thank you so much. Let's go sneaker shopping. Let's see what you like. Let's do it. My guys, like, comment, subscribe. Till the next one. Chance the Rapper. We'll see you.